Hey everybody, me and my shadow is out here doing my walk. It has been a few days. Been raining like crazy. And if we look around, up and away, you can see at some point we got more coming. And yeah, if you look around over that way, or you can hear over that way, that's what I should be doing, because it looks like all of a sudden I got a jungle in certain places of my yard. But it'll have to wait till the weekend. Let it grow, let it grow, let it grow. Anyway, today is Monday, June 8th, 2020. Happy birthday to my two nieces, sisters, 11 years apart. Yep, that was a surprise, huh, Chrissy? Happy birthday, lovelies. Amanda, Chrissy. Hope your day is beautiful as you are. I am just stretching, enjoying the warmer weather, and yes, temperatures are up, so I am ready to hydrate. Clearing my head from all the stuff I crammed through today. Yep, pretty much one of those. But anyway, something triggered, I guess, thoughts on opinions, right? Everybody's got them. I always have perspective and opinions on everything, and everybody else has opinions on stuff. My stuff, your stuff, stuff that doesn't belong to us, stuff that doesn't matter. We all get to choose, right? God gave us freedom of will, freedom of choice. And with all that, we've been allowed freedom of speech because we live in America. Even if we don't act like we have freedoms, even if a lot of our rights are being taken from us. But how did we get here? Now, I mentioned earlier today to one of my friends, so I posted my cute little new puppy in her big old puppy condo that I just got her a bigger pen, bigger cage. And the remark was made that, poor dog, you're kept in a cage. And of course, then we have people that don't believe animals need to be caged up. I'm right there with you. I fight every night for my bed. If my door doesn't get shut and locked at night before I go to sleep, I wake up with all of the animals in my bed. But when it comes to a training period, when it comes to a teaching period, and when it comes to boundaries and letting even animals know what their space is, mine is teaching them with a crate, with a cage. So to each your own. None of my animals are abused. And I'm not talking this video about that. But it did trigger the thing, that all it takes is one opinion, one person that's sensitive to take something the wrong way. And then it goes on to the next person, to the next person, to the next person. And I am not speaking about pets and animal crates, because I know that there's oh my gosh, there's advocates out there for that too. And I would be right there with them. If I ever seen somebody abusing animals, oh, good gravy. I am just lucky I've never been arrested yet in my lifetime. And I did say yet, because who knows what in the world this world is coming to. So prayerfully, hopefully, knowing that I really don't do anything that would get me there, I never will. But the fact remains is, why is it we are all so ready to respond, including me, and react, including me, about things that we may not have the full facts, that we may not take the time to learn about, that we may hold back. We may hold back on something that we do know that's factual, that is true, that would make a difference, and we just don't speak up and say it. I don't know. Opinions, right? They're all out there. We all have them. Everybody gets a choice. Everybody's got a freedom of choice, a freedom of will, and in America, freedom of speech. Why is it that we don't use our freedoms to grow life and give life and make life? Instead, we try to stir the pot of something that's already boiling over, bubbling over at times. Not in every situation. Sometimes we don't go near the stove, right? Sometimes we just turn our heads because we don't want to be a part of that. I don't know. I've always been a vocal person. Thankfully, I've mellowed over the years. And I pick my battles. And I fight my battles in prayer. And it has worked for me. Now, does that mean I would ever back down if I had to stand my ground? Anybody knows me knows that will never happen. Anybody that knows me knows that all it takes is a word, a conversation, a song, and all of a sudden I got all these things just cycling through this mind maze. Today it is about opinions, right? Everybody's opinions. Everybody's got a voice. That's my opinion. Everybody's got a voice. Why are we not digging in and planting the seeds and making it grow louder and louder for all that is good? We can all sit back and complain about what's wrong. We can all pick out the things that we like or we don't like. We can all do a lot of things, can't we? And I'm not saying my way is the right way. I'm not saying anything that I ever post is the right way. My perspective, my voice, me exercising one of my freedoms. And prayerfully and hopefully, it does feed seeds that are being planted for all that's good. Because Lord knows we got enough that ain't right, enough that's not good, enough that's growing us darker and darker and darker. And we need to take our ground back. We need to get our land back. We need to get our life back. Look at us. We're in a pandemic. We can't go out and do nothing but stir up hate. And I don't mean that in a negative way. Things have been happening that should have never happened. Wrongs have been wrong for way too long, and people have been silent. And the same mean, nasty, vile personalities that get out there and try to do more damage and stir it up and start different things, they'll always be out there. But what happened to those that used to have no fear? What happened to those that are willing to stand up and speak up for all the good that can be done, for all the good that is? What happened to even teaching our youth how to get back to what it was years ago? And I'm not saying let's go back and get rid of the technology. Oh, good God, I'd be like a drug addict that was going cold turkey, right? I've been in information technology for over 30 years. It's my life. If I'm not connected at all times, it's just like I'm jonesing, right? But I'm talking about, how come none of us know how to plant a garden? How come none of us can grow our own fruits and vegetables? How come none of us, or few of us, from one generation onward, don't know how to sew, make our own stuff? How come so many of us have to depend on so many others? Why is it that we can't get back to the basics? Why is it we have to have things that we end up not wanting? I don't know. Yeah, I told you, this mind maze takes me different places. Today, it started with opinions. We all got them. And by no means, anything I post on my page, I never put out there to offend anybody. And I know in the past 6 months or so, there's been a couple of challenges to where something that I thought, something I reposted, not necessarily related to me, but I posted it, people have gotten offended. And I went back and forth a couple times, tit for tat, right? But it is what it is. Just because I put something on my page, if you don't like it, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I am not here to debate anything. I am far from being the expert. I am far from being perfect. I'm still learning. I am absolutely 210% ready to admit that. And I'm also 410% accountability for anything I do. So it's not about me putting stuff out here for any other reason than to maybe spark some thought process, motivate you, know that whatever is going on in this world, we're worth more than it. We are worth more than anything this world could give or take from us. I can't say that enough. Every single thing in this world is temporary, including us. We all get a date stamp in and a date stamp out. And unfortunately, many in these past several months, we have gotten to watch, unfortunately, being taken out after suffering horribly alone. Many of us have gotten to see all of the horrific stuff that is being so readily available. If we can chase down all that's bad and all that's what's about to happen, why can't we chase down and create and be the light to make things that are good? Why can we not be the motivators and start shaking this land back in prayer and faith? Why can we not be the ones that plant the seeds that are positive? And if they, we don't have to demand that they grow. We don't have to be the farmer that makes everything work and go and follow it. But we can certainly pray over it. If we can get out there and argue over Facebook, if we can get out there and give our opinions, and I'm glad for opinions, I really am. As long as people don't get nasty with me, I'm all good for it, because I know I have my own opinions. Like I said, what would we be if we didn't have that? We'd be a third world country that is under a dictatorship. And quite frankly, I think we're pretty close to it. I mean, if we don't get our head out of our butts, and I'm saying that nicely, if we don't pull our head out of our sand and we don't start standing up and digging in, we probably will end up that way before I pass on. What is it that drives you? What is it that gets you up every day and makes you want to get up and go? Whether you get up and go and you're happy and you're ready to rock on, or you are just so miserable and mean that you take it out on everybody around you. What is it that drives you? Do you have a relationship with God? Yeah, I'm going there. Because it makes a huge difference. Whether you've got cancer, broken bones, your best friend passed, or the love of your life left, for whatever reason. It makes a difference if you've got God with you and in you. And the only way that you're going to have that is if you really, really have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Period. You cannot get to the Father without going through His Son. John 3:16. For He so loved the world, He gave His one and only begotten Son, so that we all could live, for those who believe in Him. Yeah, and don't you theologians get out there and start questioning me or pointing out that I might have said it in reverse order, because I don't even care. The point is, and the fact is, to know God, not know of Him, to know God and have a relationship with Him and really know that He's got you, you have to have a really personal relationship with Jesus Christ, His Son. Period. You don't have to be in a church building. If you think that you're stuck and you can't do that right now because churches are closed, or you think you have to risk your health and go get somewhere in a church that is not closed and they're still holding services, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You need to build your relationship with a pure heart of your own, with joy in it, not feeling like you're forced in it, or that if I don't do this, then, you know, you got so much anxiety because you really want that relationship, but you don't know how to get there. So you're going to put yourself in a circumstance that doesn't need to happen. All I can tell you is Jesus is right there next to you, right in front of you. He's on the east, he is on the west, he's in the north, and he's in the south. All you have to do is call out to him and have that relationship with him every single day. Start digging in, learning who he is, what he walked for, what he spoke for, what he suffered for, what he hung for, what he died for, and why he's the living Christ now. I am not a theologian, but I can tell you there is a ton of ways that you can get tapped in. We're still in a pandemic, I get that. All day long I get that, because I am struggling not to be a grumpy person. I went from being up and out and doing things 7 days a week to where I'm lucky I get up and go out to the market once a week. I get up and go out to do my walk. But let me tell you, it's hot. You hear me puffing, man, it's just hot. But it's all good. I need the walk. I could be on my treadmill running, but at least I get the scenery. I get to hear God's birds. I get to find the peace within no matter what's going on. And when I start losing that because of life happening, and it does, and I do, I get to look around and remember it doesn't have to be this way. We could be that third world country living in shanty shacks, having typhoons and cyclones come washing over our lands, and we get kept alive for nothing but suffering, and not know the blessing of Jesus Christ. Times are tough no matter where we are. Times are tough no matter where we are. Stop pointing fingers, stop pointing out things that aren't right. Unless you are walking the walk, unless you are judgment free, plant the seeds that are good. Plant the seeds of motivation. Speak up and be there for those that are close and personal to you. But learn and grow forward, and everything else will follow. You've seen my picture that's posted with this. Today is my Toby Mac Fight the Elements shirt. There's elements all around us. Physical, emotional, spiritual, environmental. It's always a battle. It's always a battle. But the war's already been won. You just have to choose what side you're on to see how the battle ends. Yes, my allergies. It's all good. Even if it's not, it's all good. Tap into music. Toby Mac's music, Diverse City. All kinds of new contemporary Christian music, pop, rock, hip hop, rap, hymns. Tap into country. Get you some urban on. Get you some, oh gosh, I can't even think of some of the other ones. Rascal Flatts, Taylor Swift. It is what it is, you know? Whatever kind of music you like, tap into it. Work on your spirit. Write things down. Make yourself a journal. Writing down what's got to go and what you need to come in. Tap into podcasts, online services. Keep flipping the script until you find the one that feeds your spirit and helps you grow. Tap in to connections. New Life Christian Church in the Wildwood, Grace World. You know, churches in Florida, Texas, New York. You know, wherever you got to go, there are people there that are more than willing to speak with you and help you find how to get started or how to restart. Life is hard, and we are all worth more than what this world is going to give or take from us. Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't let the naysayers, don't let those that are out there picking things apart try to pick you apart and make you fall down. And if you do fall down, brush off, stand back up, and smile and say thank you. Thank you. Life ain't easy, but it never said it was going to be. Anywhere in this Bible, anywhere in the world, I don't care who tells you, if they say it was easy, they're lying. If they say anything you do is free, they're lying. Every stinking thing we do has a cost. Walking with Jesus has cost some very close relationships that I've had for years. Am I okay with that? Absolutely. I still love my friends. They still love me. Doesn't mean that we got to be around each other. Doesn't mean just because I changed doing some of the things I used to do, I'm any better or any worse than anybody that's still out there doing whatever. But I can tell you this. It has changed my heart. I'm not ready to fight anymore. Thankfully so. I'm getting too old for that crap. And you can believe me or you don't have to. But no matter what happens, I might get shook up for a minute or two, a day or two. But when it all comes down, even during that period of not knowing what's going to happen or how did I do that? Why would I let that happen? Why did it happen? There's a greater peace in me than I ever had before. So, I just got to tell you, just do it. Find your peace. Know who you belong to. Know who holds this earth, this world, this universe. Know who gives you, who gave you the unique creation that you now have air that you're allowed to suck wind with every day you're allowed up. Because it doesn't have to be. If you haven't seen that already, it doesn't have to be. Because perfectly innocent, harmless people have left this world suffering, which they didn't do anything. So, don't think you deserve anything. No, we don't deserve the bad. We don't deserve the good either. But we got to make it happen. We need to take those opinions that we have. We need to take that motivation we have, and we need to plant life, speak life, and show life. How we each do it? I don't know. There's no written script other than what would Jesus do? And the only way you're going to know that is when you make that one-on-one relationship with him every single day. So on that note, because I am getting thirsty, and I'm almost at my 26 minutes, I just want to say, Father God, no matter who listens to this, no matter who is stirred in a good way or a bad way, be with them, be with all my connections, all their connections, and speak life into them. May they find the peace and the love and the joy that only you can bring. May they be healed from the emotional and the physical bonds that are holding them. May they be protected from those that just know how to suck them in and take them on that ride that they don't belong. May they speak up and speak life into themselves and stop taking and putting themselves down or thinking anything negative about themselves. May they, even if they don't get out and do anything, may they get up and praise you, no matter what it is that's going on, but praise you for another day that they are given, that I am given. In your precious name, Lord, anybody that hears this, I lift them all up. All of my connections, my family, my friends, my loved ones, they're all yours. Because no matter what, Jesus, you know, when I walked forward many, many years ago, and I gave myself to you, I gave every single thing that I had to you so that you could heal them, lead them, and be in them, be with them as you have for me. In your mighty precious name and all that blood that flowed on the cross. Amen. Take care, my friends. Till next time.